So elections vary according to their regions, what people consider to be democratic. So meaningful elections only happen if those who are elected have power. And to ensure that people are elected fairly, citizens should have the right to run an election, and all parties should have the right to nominate candidates on their behalf, and everyone should have the right to vote and the right to vote in confidence without being coerced with who to vote for. So we have something called universal suffrage, information, independent commissions, and regular vote under meaningful elections. This simply means that the democratic principles are based on one person, one vote. Universal suffrage means not considering people's gender, ethnicity, their race, or where they come from in terms of if they can vote. And also that provision should be made for students and people so that they can vote. Take it in. Universal suffrage. Suffering provisions and rendering provisions to everybody, regardless of where they come from, to ensure that they can vote and that each vote has the same value. Information. Being able to supply voters with information where they need to vote, and parties and candidates must have the opportunity to get the message to their voters. This is why there are limits on spendings so that one party doesn't dominate more than the other simply because they got more funding than another party to campaign. And media should also provide extensive coverage contending parties and candidates. Independent commissions basically means that elections and counting ballots are seen by independent bodies to remove biases. So if people don't feel like they were voted for fairly and that there was electoral fraud, then we have these independent bodies come in, these independent commissions come in and make sure that things are conducted fairly. So electoral, and this is to avoid things such as gerrymandering. And gerrymandering is manipulating the division of electoral districts in favor to getting the votes that are received. So it should be done by an independent body to make sure that there's objectivity. And a regular vote, it's important to hold elections every year to ensure that people have a say in the democratic country that they're being governed by, and failure to maintain support maybe result in another election. So let's move on to